I had a dream last night. It was one of the best dreams I ever had. We were in this temple. It was like an Alien versus Predator temple, but it wasn't on a different planet. It was, like the place they were at in the last movie, sort of like that. And it was ancient, and we were doing something. At one point, we fell into this. I think it must have been one of the temples. When we fell down into a pool of water from the top of the temple or something like that. And then we got out, and there were these creatures that would spawn there and try to attack us with fire or whatever. It was like an RPG sort of. And then so they would try to attack us, and we had to get around them and go up this incline where all these fallen pillars were. So some of them were vertical and some of them were horizontally fallen, and we would try to climb up the horizontally fallen pillars to get up to the, just to go up. And then when we get up there, halfway up, there's this bright light. There's this blinding bright light, but it's still dark where we are. It's kind of weird. So there's bright light, but it was still dark where we are. But some of the lights, not as much of the light is coming through down where we are as you would expect. It's like it's not as much. It seems like the area that we're in would be flooded with light with all this brightness, but it's not. And there's these two giant figures battling or making all these noises. It seems like they're battling. And I'm thinking it's God and Satan fighting each other. Because they're giant. This huge bright light is coming through. You can't see anything. And so we duck down so they won't see us behind one of the horizontally fallen pillars. And underneath the pillar where, there's some room there to see things. You can look and you can see their ankles. And you can make out their ankles and stuff in the shadow coming around their ankle. But you can't see anything above their ankles of them. And then, what happened next? And then, it was like and then all of a sudden it was like I was watching this in a movie at home. It's like I was watching a movie at home, but I was in the movie at first, but then I was at home watching this on TV. And you know how dreams are. And I had to go to this conference, some geopolitical conference, where all the members of my dad's side of the family were there. Jesse Jackson was there. I knew he was there. I didn't see him, but I knew he was there. And my dad was there, and my Aunt Ann, she was like in the lobby. She didn't want to go to the conference, but she just waited in the lobby. And my Uncle Ed was there. I saw Uncle Ed. I didn't see my dad or Jesse Jackson. And my Aunt Ann was like in the shadows. I didn't really know it was her, but I knew it was her. But I couldn't see her. And I could just see the silhouette of her sitting there. Anyway, I get to the geopolitical conference, and there's a security guard there, and he's like asked me if I have anything. There's no metal detectors or anything like that. It's a government building, but all the ceilings are low, unlike any other government building I've ever been in. And I said, well, can you hold something for me? He says, okay. And I give him my knife, and he puts it in his pocket and says, okay, go on in. It's a government building. So anyway, I go in. And they're watching videos and discussing. They're watching geopolitical videos and discussing things, and I can't remember exactly what we were discussing, but it was very important. Okay, it was very important shit going down. And so at one point, I decided that I need to go to the store to buy some books on these subjects to bring something to the table, like some research. So I leave and I go get the books, and then while I'm shopping, there's also an axe there, a mini axe, like a replica Native American, hunting axe or something like that. So I get it, and I get my receipt, and I leave. And on the way out through the parking lot, there's this song that I hear. I don't know. It was on the radio in the store. It came into a car or something. But it was one of the best pop songs I ever heard in my life. But I can't remember how it goes. But it was awesome, I'm telling you. It was a great pop song. It was like, Michael Jackson level greatness or whatever. But anyway. And then I get down, and then after that, I drop down to a second level of the parking lot, and I keep going back towards the geopolitical conference. And this little dog comes at me, barking and yelling and running really fast. And I'll go for my knife, but I don't have my knife. I left my knife with the security guard in the thing. I don't know why I don't know why I think that I need to get my knife for this little dog that's chasing me or coming after me or whatever. But I do. So I get the axe out instead, out of the bag, and it comes and it runs between my legs, and I swing at it kind of like they do in what is that, cricket or whatever. But I miss, and the dog keeps going. And I was like, phew, thank God, he kept going. And then I get halfway through the parking lot, and there's this woman in a car parked, and the door's open, lights on. And she's like calling for her dog. I forget the name of the dog, but she's calling for the dog, and then the dog comes back again. And he's coming straight at me, so I get my axe out, and I hit him this time. And he goes, arr, arr, but then he just keeps going, like I never hit him, you know? So I just go around the corner, and there's two other bigger dogs. I'm like, oh shit, maybe they saw that, and they're going to be mad at me. So I'm like trying to hug the wall and get past these other two big dogs. They were like giant German Shepherds or something, but poodle, the cross between, not German Shepherds, they were like giant poodles, sort of. That was strange. Dark colored poodles. But they were at least, waist high poodles with large bodies. I know it. Anyway, I get back to the geopolitical conference, and I have my guitar with me, and I start playing Jimi Hendrix at the conference, and people are like digging it, and that's the end of the dream. Ooh, I love that dream. That was a great dream. Here's Puff. Puff came to say hi to me. Later, guys.